Following the Second World War, the Allies divided Austria the same way as they did with Germany. For 10 years, from 1945 to 1955, troops from foreign nations occupied the country. In 1955, the Soviet Union peacefully left the country. Why did it not establish a communist state, unlike it did with its occupied zone in Germany? The future of the Austrian state was already decided in 1943. The United Kingdom, the United States, and the Soviet Union came together to talk about the future of Europe after the war. With the Moscow declarations, they declared that Austria shall be liberated from German domination, and that they wished to see re-established a free and independent Austria. However, after the war, the tensions between the US and the USSR would make this difficult to achieve. Nevertheless, unlike Germany, Austria is a small country with a tiny population. No one was willing to risk a potential war over it. A neutral Austria, not aligned to any side, was in the best interest of all. Instead of war, the Soviet Union tried to take control of the country by using the electoral process. Exerting all the pressure they could, the Soviets hoped that the Austrian people would give the two left-wing parties enough votes for them to be the strongest party together. Austria's first free election in 1945 resulted in a defeat for the USSR. Even in later elections, the Soviet attempts of electoral legitimization of a communist takeover failed. With the possibility of the country becoming aligned to the US, the Soviets understood that a neutral Austria was the better choice. But it wouldn't be until after Stalin's death in 1953, with the icy tension between the United States and the Soviet Union beginning to thaw for a while, that the four occupying forces agreed to leave the country, with the assurance that Austria stayed neutral. On July 27, 1955, the Austrian Independence Treaty officially re-established Austria as a sovereign state. 3 months later, the last occupying forces left the country. The Republic of Austria stayed neutral throughout the whole Cold War, and even today is not a member of NATO.